but I like Worthley's my best of the day, 25 the win.
Worthley on the outside takes the lead. Got there. Maybe a nose on the line Hasseltop in a thriller.
Overall, Desert Icon is on top for me in race number 7. I'm hoping it can win.
Desert Icon all the way from Guizo, 2.5 lengths. Third, either Pancho or Ziegfeld.
Nicolini Vito, I think, can definitely win.
But Nicolini Vito wins the last from 3 and 4 pence. Third, Savannah Cloud.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another race day preview. Group 1 racing is back with CF4 Stakes Day on Saturday at Caulfield. Can't wait to get into it. It was very, very tough. I think it's going to be very tough to find a winner on Saturday, so I'll be happy with 1 or 2. But let's get straight on with race number 1. Race number 1 is a benchmark 84 over the 1400 metre journey. In the boat is the $2.25 favourite up in distance for Alana Kelly, and down the bottom for the bottom weight unanimous is at $5 for Jamie Carr. This was the last start effort of B Hunter at Pakenham down the chute at the 1200 metre start in a benchmark 70. It won by half a length, beating Yulong Code and Shotmaker, 2 subsequent winners. This was B Hunter's second up run. First up it had absolutely no luck, so it was a complete forgive run. Second up it was prime for this, and I'm hoping it can still be prime for this third up run on Saturday. It's paying $11, so I think it's way over the odds considering it beat 2 subsequent winners here, 2 smart horses. So I think B Hunter from gate 5 and Damon Oliver can get the job done over the odds. In the boat needs to prove itself at 1400 metres before I can take the 225 about it, but it's racing well. Fundraiser from gate 1 should get a good run and be charging home late from midfield. Unanimous, the bottom weight, can do something special from the back, but I think B Hunter can win Caulfield race number 1. Race 2 is the Group 2 Autumn Stakes over the 1400 metre journey for the 3-year-olds. Decent Rain still running, is at $3.40 and is the favourite. Coast Watch from Sydney is at $4 up the top for Craig Williams. Now this was Decent Rain's last start run at Flemington, beating Umgawa and Attractable. Umgawa's come out of this race and run well behind Generation at Caulfield, and Attractable won today at Sandown. Decent Rain just continues to improve, and it's had, I think, 4 weeks or 5 weeks between runs, but I'm not going to doubt the Murray Eustace stable on saying that it might have dropped off with its training, because they're definitely going to get it right, and I think they're right to keep Decent Rain up and going. I've got it on top. Coast Watch is definitely the classiest horse in the race. First up, whether it's ready, especially over the 1400 metres, first time Melbourne Way, is a bit concerning, but I've got it in for second. Sharp Response was the run of the day at Moonee Valley last start. From the back will be charging home along with Mares, but I'm with Decent Rain in race number 2. Race 3 is the Blue Diamond Colts and Geldings Prelude over the 1100 metres. This is for the 2-year-olds for you who don't know the Blue Diamond. JACQUINOT is at $2.60 and is the short price favourite. Very exciting. This was Lofty Strike's last start effort. Well, it was its first ever run at Flemington. It won this race, beating English Riviera. Now this horse will continue to improve out and trip. This was over the 1100 metres. The race on the weekend is 1100 metres, so it'll be charging through the line. Whether it crosses the line first, I'm not too sure. I've got it on top. Looks like a nice style of horse. Julius Sanders brought himself a good one. This is a Schnitzel colt, so I think Lofty Strike can do well, especially over the odds, considering it's last start win, 5 each way. JACQUINOT, definitely a classy animal. The clock didn't stack up on debut, but it was a classy win. DAUMIER beat Rampant Lion and Philosopher in its first race start very well. Whether it's the right form, I'm not sure. And RIBBLE gets the blinkers on for the first time. If it puts it all together, it can run a nice race, but I like Lofty Strike in the Blue Diamond Prelude. Race 4 is the Blue Diamond Prelude for the fillies. At Group 2 level over the 1100 metres, also for the 2-year-olds, Miss Rosiano is the $4.80 favourite, a wide open race. English Riviera, who got beaten by Lofty Strike last start, is at $5. This was Miss Rosiano's last start win in the Blue Diamond Preview. Now, it was a bit of a sit and sprint, which is probably why Miss Rosiano won. Written Swoosh, looking back on the replay, probably should have won if it had clear running, but Miss Rosiano gave a very strong kick and won well. It'll probably get the same on the weekend. It'll be a faster tempo, but it should get to the lead or outside the leader, and if that happens, I can't really see anything beating it. I've got 10 the win on Miss Rosiano, but 2 horses each way. I'm keen on Moko. I think can win the Blue Diamond. It ran well behind Ebhar on debut, flying home from the back. 3 each way on it. 2 each way on Satin Love at 51. Pulled up lame in the Miss Rosiano race. That's why it's so big in price. It can improve sharply. And Letizia, gate 13, a slight query, but is a class horse. I'm with Miss Rosiano in race 4. Race 5 is the Group 3 Kevin Hayes Stakes over the 1200 metres for the fillies and mares. Scorched Earth is at $3.70 and is the favourite. $7 up there for Mallory and $7.50 for Argentia. Scorched Earth, this was its last start win at Caulfield, beating Evening Glory, and it's our time. Well, these horses are definitely up to the class of this race, considering they're older horses. Scorched Earth ran well. It's settled wide without cover off a fast speed. I know down the chute races at Caulfield it doesn't really matter, but it's still a big effort to be able to win. It was stopping at the end of 1100. 1200, there's a slight little query for Scorched Earth, but I think it can run it out strong and can win. 20 the win on Scorched Earth. Mallory, it's racing down from Sydney for Gerald Ryan. It can run very well. It's a classy horse. If Live Rope gets back to its best at $26, it can easily win. And Heresy draws a good gate for Jamie Carr first up. But I like Scorched Earth. I'm having 20 the win on it in race number 5, the Kevin Hayes. The first quaddie leg is the Group 3 Carline Cup over the 1600 metres. Open-minded, won 2 in a row at Caulfield, is $3. And from overseas, Normandy Bridge is at $3.80 down the bottom. Very good race. This was Shared Ambition's recent trial up in Sydney. It did pretty well here through the line. I'm not going to read too much in the trials. Now, I was happy sort of to take on Open-Minded and Normandy Bridge at the price. I like the 2 Shared Ambition and Spanish Mission. I had lots of trouble splitting them, but I went Shared Ambition just because I think it can run out a stronger 1600 metres. First up, it usually goes well, but I like them both. 10 the win on Shared Ambition, 6 the win on Spanish Mission. If you can't remember what happened, it had vet issues prior to the Melbourne Cup. If it's come back okay, it'll be running through the line well. It might win. 1600 metres a bit short for it. Along with Normandy Bridge, it might improve with the run, but you never know. Open-Minded is the fit one in the race, but 1600 metres is the little query. Shared Ambition on top for me. 7 is the Group 2 Rubiton Stakes over the 1100 metre journey. Artorius is at $4.20, a wide open race for 8 runners and is the favourite. $4.80 for both Oxley Road and Marine One. This was Artorius's most recent jump out. I think it was at Balnarring. It did pretty well here. It won this jump out under hard riding. Now this race was very, very tough. I had very much trouble picking one. If they roll along up front, I'm expecting Artorius to blouse them all at the end, but if it's a bit of a sin sprint, I don't expect Artorius to win. This was a very hard race, so I put on Artorius on top. Just if they go at a solid clip, it might be charging home late. MILEVA, if it's a sin sprint, I reckon is the one to beat, but I've got it in for second. Oxley Road will be in the lead and give it itself every chance, and Marine One gets on the lightweight, so it's got to be some sort of a hope for Jamie Carr, but I think Artorius is the one to beat. Hopefully they roll along at a solid clip and it can blouse them late. Race 8 is the Group 1 CF4 Stakes over the 1400 metre journey. SINAWANN for Craig Williams, Anthony and Sam Friedman is the $4 favourite for the big race on Saturday. Oh, now, he got beat. He got beat by Camel Passer Behemoth in this race, the Durbridge Stakes, but Behemoth got taken out at the 600 metres and had to make up ground very wide on the track around that home turn, and that's probably what ultimately cost itself the race. It probably would have won, but it wouldn't have won by much. I love Jamie Carr going on this horse. I think it can really spark it up. Gate 9 will be settling on speed. If it develops into a bit of a sit and sprint, the back markers might not be able to catch up, and maybe Behemoth can win. I've got 10 the win on it. It's my on-top selection, Lightsaber. Now, if it is a sit and sprint, I reckon this horse will win, but if it rolls at a genuine clip, SINAWANN might come blousing, who is my third selection. SINAWANN can definitely win, and I'm Thunderstruck. I think is a bit overrated, but we'll see how it goes. I like Behemoth and Lightsaber in the big one. The last race, race number 9, is the Group 3 Balmain Stakes over the 1200 metres for the mares. PROBABEEL is odds on at $1.95. MARBOOSHA is at $4.20, and the Horseway Pardone Flying Mascot is at $5.50. This is the recent Horsham jump out of Flying Mascot. Now, definitely biased pick here. I didn't want to go PROBABEEL, so I went Flying Mascot. didn't give it any thought, just put it on top. Gate 4, I think that's ideal. It can settle hopefully outside RAINBIEL in the lead, be in front of PROBABEEL in the run. This jump out was strong. This race might be on the short side for her 1200 metres, but she'll be charging through the line late, and she'll improve on whatever she does. PROBABEEL in for second, definitely the class horse, won this race last year, can win. RAINBIEL draws well, and can put itself on speed and give it every chance. MARBOOSHA is a sprinter, so it has to go in there first up. John McNeil. I'm with Flying Mascot. Hopefully she can take out the last on CF4 Stakes Day.